how I want. What up, SB? What's swinging? You know what's swinging. Good morning, Dusan. Good to see you, Joel. Good to see you. Beautiful scent of the day. Seraphine Blue, we were just talking about that. Scent of the day, CK1. Scent of the night, Tacitas de Cafe, layered with Bugatti Amber. Dynamic move, amazing combo. Hey, we love to see it. We love to see it. Let's see what else. I'll be in the back couple of minutes. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Hey, all good, buddy. This is what we've been dealing with, guys. So there's been a lot coming in. Let's just put it that way. Ugh. Let's get the light on so it's a bit brighter, I think. Let's get the charger going. Let's flash this light up. Much better. There we go. Good lighting. Let's get the charger. Ugh, shoot. Oh, man. I wouldn't really call it a haul. I mean, it is, but I mean, dude, fragrance, you guys, if you've been watching the channel at all, you know fragrances are coming in every week. I mean, I feel like a fragrance haul is something that you don't buy fragrances often, and it's like maybe once a month or something you go in and you get a fragrance haul. You know, you get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 fragrances, and that's a haul. But in my house, you guys see constantly the collection is just always growing. There's fragrances always coming in. So I wouldn't really say that what I do is a haul. I would say what I do is just buy fragrances all the time. How many Farads do we have? Okay, we've answered everything. Kicks, what up? What up? How many Farads do we have? So we have 2 Farads there in the back. So should we crack one? I low-key feel like we should. What's the longevity of it? What up, what up, what up? Hey, check this out, guys. Check this out. Might have to flip the camera. Look at this. Look at this. How ridiculous is, look at the size of it. It's like 7 ounces. We've been doing our vintage hauls. Hey, the vintage collection is looking nice. Hey, somebody translate Nayara's thing for me. Hey, I only go live for you guys. Y'all know that. And it's been a while. But, you know, the vintage collection is coming together. Let's show you guys where we're at currently. Let me drop the camera view for a second. Okay. Let's drop the camera. So I'm building it out right now. So this is where we're at currently. And this is just open box, right? I just picked up this. Check that out. Rest in peace, right? All discontinued, vintage. And then obviously, like, I haven't cracked everything open. Like, we got this too. Check that out. Y'all ever seen this before? What else? There should be a ton more. We'll crack this open today. Another discontinued. And then, oh, I'm so excited about this one. Check this out, guys. Check this out. I just got this. Fougere Royale from Ubagant. This I'm dumb excited to check out. But yeah, oh, check this one out. But what's great about my vintage, and we've got boxes of it too, like I can't even show it all because it's all, you get to look in there and see how much stuff is in there that's unboxed. But got a buttload, ton of stuff down there. But yeah, the vintage has been really cool, guys. I've already gotten started giving you guys a ton of reviews on the vintage and the discontinued, and helping you guys navigate that side of the world, because obviously you don't want to blind buy vintage or discontinued. So you guys want SB telling you guys how to navigate that space, and we're gonna do it well. Ugh. That's how you know you're getting old, when you move around and you start grunting. All right, let's get back to the chat. Sao de perfume ou drinks. Don't know what that means. Nayara, you might have to have a little timeout. And appreciate you, Joe. You're kind. What's the LV looking bottle in front of the CK1? Oh. Shout outs to Kix. Kix gifted this to me. This is Michael Malol Zest and Vetiver. He just gave this to me, actually. He just recently gave this to me. Very nice scent. Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. Oh, did you guys see? Oh, it's in my car. Hold on. I got to get it out of my car. One sec. Okay. I apologize about that, guys. Okay, so check this out. Ma. So now, now we got these two bad boys. And boy, does this collection right here, to me, is worth more than a lot of my collection. Lin Sumi Maforce. Okay, let me catch up in the chat. Hey Anna. Hello Nancy. Is it MEM English leather? Let me check. It is. I think it is. I mean, there's only one company that makes this, and they still sell this. This actually isn't discontinued. This is an homage to this scent, which was made, I think, in the 1900s or something, maybe late 1800s. So, oh wow, why is it leaking? Well, it's not leaking, but it's doing something goofy. Smells good. It's got a lot of vetiver in it. Hold on, might have to wipe this down. There we go. That's what I needed. Okay, so yeah, so this is a fragrance that the original formulation is discontinued, similar to like Guerlain or something, but they still make this to this day, kind of like how Guerlain still makes vetiver and all that, but it's not the original vetiver, which shout outs to Mitra at Le Parfum. She dropped us a video today showcasing like a really old Guerlain. I don't think it was OG, but it was OG. So this is a similar thing where you could still have access to this juice even today, but there's only one company that makes it. So if you Google search it, you'll know who it is. It doesn't say on the bottle, otherwise I'd tell you. Vintage forever, absolutely. What up, David? You need Jupe, maybe some Safari. I don't like Jupe. Jupe has some okay flankers, but I was never a big Jupe fan. Facebook Marketplace, no. I mean, the thing, Dashi, in America, you get fragrances all kind of ways. You know, it could be Facebook groups, it could be different website groups, it could be Mercari, online auctions, you know, your typical Amazons and Fragrance by CAs and some European websites. Friends, family, I've had friends give me bottles. There's no one place I get all my fragrances, especially with vintage. There's some sites that sell some vintage, you know, but you got to really look. Is it EDP of Fougère Royale or the Extrait? I don't think there's an Extrait. I think it's just Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum. Mine is Eau de Parfum. I've never seen an Extrait. In fact, if you go to Ubagant's website today, you can get that fragrance for $240, I think. I don't think it's 100 mil. But you can get it for $240, and I think it's the Eau de Parfum. Hey, man, gotta run. Take care, Mike. You stay blessed, too, brother. Just got Tiziana Terenzi. Beautiful. Oh, you got Nero. Yeah, you can't blind buy Tiziana Terenzi, man. Come on, what are you doing? Best coffee scent. I mean, the fragrances you're naming, Eel, are not what I would call coffee scents. They have the note of coffee in them, but it's not dominant. You know, when I think of a coffee fragrance, I think of fragrances like Coffee in a Civet, La Tacita de Café, Kamarakawa, things like that. Either the roasted coffee bean or the latte feel. Those fragrances have a coffee note, but it's not dominant. What do you think about Boozy Cherry by Pandora Scents? I don't like cherry scents. I was just talking with a friend about this. You know, I have Caspian Cherry from Electimus. I have Triumph of Bacchus. which might not be cherry, but it's close enough. Or Danae, I forget which one. You know, then all the usual normal cherries that everyone has. The electric cherry, the cherry smoke, the Tom Ford cherry, the French Defense. I'm just not a fan. You know, I just think cherry has not been done right yet to me. There's better cherries. Like there's certain cherries that are way better than the other cherries, but by and large, I feel like people's cherry accords are just, you know, super weak or super fake. Appreciate you, Chad. Best coffee scent is followed by kerosene. Okay. Send me a link to that. Email me a link to that, Dusan. I'll check it out. I'm a big fan of the House of Kerosene. Yeah, you do drink too much, Jay. Relax. There's not alcohol behind me there, but there is in front of me. I used to buy my mom Midnight Poison by Dior, but it's discontinued. Do you know of anything I can get that will come close to that? Yeah, absolutely. Hold on. Thank God I have I got this laptop, this Chromebook, on an auction site for like $10. I should have pulled the iPad up, but I'm just not in the mood. So I'll pull it up. Let's see what we can find for you. Ugh. Okay, so Midnight Poison. Okay. So Fragrantica, Midnight Poison. Midnight Poison from Dior. Man, I haven't smelled that in a while. I need to get my nose back on that. Remember, it's a nice patchouli scent. So what I'm looking at here is okay. So the closest thing you're gonna get to that, buddy, is YSL. It's called Eye. So ELLE. YSL, and the fragrance is called Ellie, basically. ELLE. Fragrantica said this was the #1 fragrance that smells closest to Midnight Poison. And 1,200 people voted in favor that it is the closest thing to Midnight Poison. So I would look in that direction. YSL Ellie. ELLE. Okay, let's catch up on chat. I have the X straight. Oh, you have an X straight. Oh, well, dang. What's cracking, Ricky? Good to see you, brother. Scent of the day, CH Chick for Men. Beautiful. Spicy Leather, Ferragamo. Well done. Did you guys watch my collaboration with Kix on the House of Ferragamo? Did you guys enjoy that? What's a fresher Leighton? You know the answer to that, Dashi. Come on. This is what we do. I wore Xerjoff Alexandria 2 today as well. Wait. As well, spray on the wrists of Creed Oud Zarian. I took a shower and can still smell it. Hold on. I wore Alexandria. Yeah, Alexandria 2 is heavy. Very heavy. Very, very heavy. Oh, shoot. Almost just fell over. We are loaded with scents. You got to try Azzaro Forever Wanted. It's the only leather fragrance I like. Yeah, I've tried it. I don't... The opening is really good, but I don't think it's insane. But, you know, I'm not really excited about fragrance openings anymore because the dry down is what you're left with. The only time I really appreciate opening of a fragrance is when the dry down is equally as perfection. You know what I mean? Which that fragrance does has a nice dry down, but you know, sometimes it's like a rosy fragrance. It just has a lot going on right in the opening, and then it dries down to something more simple. Joma had some great deals on Terenzis. I just grabbed it impulsively. Traded it for Churgi by Serge Lutens, though, which made up for it. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, Serge Lutens is nice, but I mean, that you did take a L there. But I mean, you made the best L possible. You know what I mean? Have you smelled Versace Dylan Purple for women? Not in a while. It's been a long while. I've seen it a lot in these auctions I've been a part of recently, but I haven't pulled the switch on it. I do have a lot of women's scents down here in my vintage, though, because vintage is the only part of my collection that I'm allowing female classic scents to be a part of. You know, for instance, we have this Rocus Reflets D'Eau Femme. Really nice scent for women. I mean, we got a lot of good, cool stuff for women. This Mabusan is spectacular. This scent right here goes for like $200 right now. This is Cindy Crawford Fitting. It's got a velvet kind of Suspiro vibrato kind of bottle. This is amazing. This right here is incredible. So I've been messing with some female scents, and then Lalique is another house where I will accept female scents. Check out this bottle. You actually have to lay it down like this on the table because obviously it's not going to sit like this. Oh, whoa! I almost dropped the wine and the bottle. Ooh, that was crazy. Ooh, that was crazy. Yo, this is crazy. Also, have you seen the three new Louis LVs? I have not. Tell me about them. Just blind bought Brioni Intense, Burberry Touch, and Saint Hilaire Amber Cheek. How would you rank it? I mean, that's quite a diverse haul. I wouldn't rank it. Decent picks. African leather will always be my goat leather scent. Yeah, I would consider African leather a leather scent. It's not dominant leather. To me, it's like a cumin dominant. But it is truly a leather scent. Not in the same way that ombre leather and Tuscan leather are, but it's right behind them. But I love African leather. I mean, I just think that fragrance is flawless. It takes everything Carlisle did and gives it balls. I put on Club de Nuit per show, washed my shirt, dried it this morning. The whole garage smelled it, still on the shirt. Crazy. Hey, I told you guys it has crazy performance. New Creed Zarian, thoughts? I haven't got my nose on it yet. You know, Kix tried it. Gator tried it. A lot of people tried it. I forget what the sentiment was from Kix. Kix, tell him in there how you felt about Oud Zarian. If I remember correctly, you said it doesn't last, right? Yeah, for there being 35 people in here, hit the 3 dots right here or right here, and that'll allow you a drop-down menu that'll allow you to like the video. The more we can get to over half of the people that are in here that actually like the video, it makes sure that trolls don't get sent here and that people who actually love fragrance will come here. What's your favorite from Narcotica? I don't have a lot of experience with that house. For me, I don't know if they're niche or independent niche. But for me and my expertise right now, I can tell you anything about designer, a retail designer. I can tell you anything about retail niche. I can tell you anything about clone dupe inspired for the most part, with the exception of the clones that came out in the last 3 months. And then when it comes to independent niche, I know of a lot of these houses, but I don't have a ton of buying experience with them because I buy a lot slower when it comes to independent niche. So like if you look at my collection right now, independent niche, imaginary authors, Ex Nihilo is kind of somewhere in the middle of independent niche, and you know, because They don't have the mass distribution that a Creed would have or something like that. They've got their own boutique, but in Europe, they're retail niche. Day 3 fragrances, independent niche. I think Nasamato would be considered independent niche, even though they're mass distributed online at a retail level. I don't think they're have that high of distribution. Even Boadicea, I think would be classified as independent niche. I do carry a lot of independent niche in samples and decants, but again, when it comes to niche and independent niche, I'm very anal about what I buy. You know, I'm a lot slower with those purchases, obviously. Tell them about that Christina Aguilera scent. They don't want to know about Christina Aguilera. It's good, though. What's your opinion on Bad Boy Cobalt Elixir? Oh, it's great. It's phenomenal. It's probably one of the best scents in the CH line. Have I missed out on the giveaway? No one's missed out on the giveaway. I'm putting it all together. Trust me, it's coming. I wish Killian didn't discontinue Straight to Heaven Extreme. It was such a good thing. I know. I mean, dude, I feel the same way. Listen, I will thoroughly enjoy my Straight to Heaven, but Extreme lasts longer. Now, for me, I'm never out to eat at a restaurant or a nightlife experience that goes more than 3-4 hours. So for me, plenty of longevity. I don't even mind re-spritzing because the opening on this is stunning. You want to talk about a leather fragrance? Gosh. I mean, between this and Absolute Aphrodisiac, you want to talk about some smooth killer leathers? Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're right. What's your favorite dupe? I mean, right now, my favorite dupe is this one. Glorious Oud Royal Blanc Musk Therapy from Initio Parfums. 12 out of 10. Gosh. You can mix this with anything. By itself, it's incredible. The accuracy is scary. The longevity is... I mean, it's just amazing. What would you recommend to somebody who likes Gris Charnel Extrait? I would recommend Liam Gray by Lattafa. What up, Jay? Yeah, Joel would be really good to ask about Narcotica. The bottle is so cool, yes. What's a nice compliment getter, male scent, perfect for the office? Oh, Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, Eau de Parfum. This right here, I think this is criminally underrated by men. Women don't underrate this at all. You wear this, women will give you compliments. I mean, it's just a fact. Men might think this is simple, you know, clean cut, crisp, soapy, clean, green vetiver, grapefruit. As a man, you might smell this. I mean, every man will agree this smells expensive, but for some men, either they aren't vetiver lovers or it's a little too simplistic of a scent. But that's what women like. Can we talk about that for a second? I mean, any of my women in the chat, can you let these men know that it is never a mistake to wear a beautiful, clean scent? Yeah, women like the vanilla. Yeah, women like the musk. Yeah, women like the growl fragrances. But the fragrances they don't have to think about is when their man smells classy and clean. And Tom Ford Grey Vetiver Eau de Parfum is just that. It smells expensive. It smells like you get the job done every time. Whether that's at work, in the bedroom, whatever, right? You drive the nice car. You're not somebody who makes a vision board because you're too busy conquering goals. You know what I'm saying? And it is just clean, classy, expensive perfection, man. You wear this fragrance, you should be driving in a gray Jaguar, man. So if you need something for the office, drop the $100 on that on discounters and call it a day, man. You'll never wear another work fragrance again in your life. You know, I like Lin Sumi. It's a little bit more creative. but those are my top 2 best office scents of all time. And I challenge somebody to give me 2 office scents that can beat Lin Sumi and Tom Ford Grey Vetiver. And once you give those to me, I will present them to my wife to be the judge. Because it's different about what a man thinks versus feedback that you get from women. I saw your post on reviews on Fragrantica on Lin Sumi. You are correct. Thank you. I'm going to start doing more reviews for Fragrantica. I'm realizing I almost have a moral obligation to contribute to Fragrantica because I've gone where not many people have gone in fragrance. I saw your post on the reviews. Oh, yeah, read that already. Sorry, guys. Imagination dupe recommendations. Sahib Intense. Don't ask me about all the others. I don't care. Sahib Intense. Longest lasting, most accurate, best quality. Yeah, it looks crazy, but if you want imagination, you get Sahib Intense and you stop bothering me about it. Sahib Intense. Sahib Intense. One more time. Sahib Intense. Have you gotten your nose on any Guerlain fragrances? Of course. Too many to count, man. We did like 10. Mitsuko, Chamad, Vetiver, L'Instant de Guerlain, the Aqua Allegoria series. Did I say Jicky? There's a lot, man. We've gone through a lot of Guerlain. Amber Oud exclusive blue or Lalique white in black for best latent profile. Bush, you know the answer to that. You know what I would tell you. You know how they say, what would Jesus do? What would SB do? You know what SB would choose. That's not even a contest. All I know is one called Rain Tea, one is called Ink Mark, and one is called Moontail. I don't know. I have no clue. Love Oud Zarian. I think a lot of people love Oud Zarian. They just don't like the performance. They don't like how much they paid for how much they got. You know what I'm saying? Anything like Terre de Hermes EDT without the orange notes. What a question. Without the orange. That's a really good question. I'm actually having to put thought into that. So the composition of Terre de Hermes is bitter orange, grapefruit, and a very clean, grassy vetiver. So you want the clean grass without the grapefruit, so you want more of an orange vetiver. Oh, without the orange notes. Oh, Tom Ford Grey Vetiver. Tom Ford Grey Vetiver. That's Terre de Hermes without the orange. It's just grapefruit. Oud Zarian is beautiful DNA, but doesn't add up to the asking price. There you go. He just bought it. Scent of the day, Acqua di Gio Profondo. Swiss Army knife. Good longevity. I heard Whitty in London is a fantastic leather fragrance. It might be. Shannon Page picked up Tres Oros after trying the day 3 sampler pack. Thanks for the recommendation. Hey Shannon, listen. I always am doing full transparency with my audience. Full transparency, right? Genuinely. What did you think about Tres Oros? Please. Let the people know how you felt. In full transparency, how you felt. What's the best deal you ever found for a fragrance in the wild? I found Blue Electrique at a yard sale for $30, only missing the 10 ml. Well, that's good. Here, I'll show you my recent pickup that was absolute bonkers. I've gotten better pickups than this, crazy enough. But this Fougère Royale, look at this. This Fougère Royale by Ubagant. This retails at $240 today. I got this at an auction for $14. People say that's the best fougere ever made. And if it weren't for Kix being the angel on my shoulder, talking me off the cliff, I would have been cracked that bottle open and been absolutely loving it in my collection. But he said, bro, wait, that fragrance is worth a buttload of money. Selling it would be nice. Just make sure you can't get a copy, you know, at another auction. So I said, okay, Kix, I'm gonna listen. Hello, brother. Bond number 9, Greenwich Village or Penhaligon's Blazing Mr. Sam. You're not going to like my answer, Rizza, but Greenwich Village. Is Invictus Parfum worth it? It's versatile. Worth it is up to you. Joel said Mr. Sam. Hey, listen. I don't think either are a bad choice. But I think frag snobs, and I'm a frag snob at this point, I think, in honesty. I don't try to be. You know, we review everything. I have an honest testimony. I don't care about views. I have an authentic journey. But by default, you know, you smell all these fragrances and you just become a snob. You might not be a snob. See, there's two kinds of snobs, right? The snob you don't want to be is the community snob, where you're actually a snob to the community, and you walk around with your nose like this, like Miss Piggy, and you think your stuff doesn't stink. That's not the kind of snob I am. I'm just the kind of snob that, you know, you try thousands of fragrances and you're really about this life, and you're wearing fragrances, you're collecting fragrances, you're buying fragrances for a long time, and then you can't help but to have high expectations for a perfume. And so I'm a snob in the sense that I'm very much calloused in my own preference in fragrance. And that's why when I review things, I try to be completely black and white objective and give you my personal opinion, because I'm a weirdo. Now, a lot of people trust my nose. You know, there's anywhere between like 20 to 50 bottles a month that get purchased from my recommendations on this channel, which is incredible. It's unheard of. And I've yet to have somebody tell me, hey, I bought what you said and it was trash. I've gotten nothing but great success and feedback from recommendations. I do not recommend stuff that I don't own and think highly of, because I think about how I want to feel when I buy a fragrance. But I am a snob in the sense that I just require certain things of fragrances. The thing I think about fragrance snobs, that I think fragrance snobs shortchange Greenwich Village. They're like, yeah, I smell it. I remember what it smells like. Yeah, I mean, it's good, but... And they just kind of like... They walk past the utility and the simplicity for the well-roundedness of the other scent, the intrigue of the other scent. And a fragrance snob will always prefer blend and uniqueness and complexity over simplicity. Sometimes I'm like that, sometimes I'm not. I like the simplicity of Greenwich Village to me. Udzarian is nice if you like Amouage Royal tobacco. Okay. Best smoky vetiver fragrance, Encre Noir a l'Extrême. Legend Spirit, out of my whole collection, is still my most complimented scent from women. Okay. Bleu de Chanel EDP is a great start for a compliment getter. Women seem to love it. See, this goes back to my rant about cleanliness. You men out there do too much. You know what I mean? You're the guy who, you know, you get a girl and it's like you're 15 years old at prom night again. You don't know what to do. You're like a fire hose that just got pulled out of the hydrant. You know what I mean? That thing's going to go crazy. You can't even control yourself. You know, you're like a chihuahua trapped behind a gate with you know, some fresh kibble. Um, Bleu de Chanel, women love it because, very simply, it's classy and it's fresh. They don't need it to do all this stuff. They don't need you to stand out and have this bravado. They just, yeah, I mean, if you're confident, you look the part, you have some good vernacular, you know what I mean? You can talk, you're funny, you can, let me tell you something. When it comes to game and conversation skills with women, you can have no game at all. But if you can make a woman laugh one time, it puts you miles in front of whoever you're competing with in the marketplace. And Bleu de Chanel is a similar vibe. Bleu de Chanel speeds you in the line of acceptance from women because it's just pleasant. It's what they want to smell on their man. A clean, well-groomed man. Fresh. Getting after it. It doesn't need to have personality. That is the personality. Clean, good-looking man. You know, I think men are over Bleu de Chanel. And they should be. You know, the profile's been out forever. But women aren't. And you got to ask yourself, do you have to be the reason you wear fragrance all the time? Or can you forego your interests for the interests of other people and people you're interacting with, you know? Well, let me find a fragrance my wife, you guys know Glorious Oud Royal Blanc my wife absolutely loves, but let me find a fragrance my wife loves that I don't prefer. This one right here. Original Vetiver, right? I'm gonna be real with you. If I was if I wasn't a fan of Vetiver, I wouldn't own this. With SB, it's on-site, gotta catch 'em all Vetiver, no matter what. Even if it's bad, if it's good, whatever. And I'm gonna tell you what's good and what's not. I'm not the biggest fan of this. They reformulated the piss out of it. You know, I try to always go back to Neiman Marcus to see if they have different variations available to smell and get a hit of what it used to be. But it's a shadow. It's a shadow of a shadow of a shadow. I'm not feeling it anymore. But I put this on a month ago, and my wife went, "Oh, what is that?" And I was pissed. I didn't want to wear it again. But I have to. My wife likes it. Soap and vetiver. You know what I mean? Soap, green, clean vetiver. You know, and I love my wife. I hope you guys like women. You know, I don't mind wearing what my wife wants. Even if I'm not the biggest fan. Bleu de Chanel, if you like women, you'll wear it. What's some advice you can give to the youngins out there trying to make some money? ChatGPT can make you very rich, okay? And we're gonna open this because I have three boxes of it. ChatGPT, between ChatGPT and YouTube, you can get a college degree and be an incredible entrepreneur. The issue in today's world for you young kids out there, and by young I mean 30 and down. If you're 30 and down, you're young. The issue with you guys in this generation today is you have too much. You have too much information. You have too much pleasure. You have too much time. You have too many ideas. And your execution is trash. You have no experience. And you think you've figured it all out before you've even gotten your boots muddy. And so the hard part about me giving you guys advice is ChatGPT and YouTube can, again, listen to what I just said. For no money down, ChatGPT can make you an entrepreneur, among other things. Can make you a lot of money as an entrepreneur. YouTube can give you as many college degrees as you want for free. And the saddest part about that amazing truth is you guys know that, And 99.99999% of you guys and girls out there under 30 are going to do nothing about it. You're too lazy. You guys are the type of people to be like, man, I just busted my butt for 2 years trying to get this business off the ground. 2 years? Who do you think you are, Oprah? Like, what do you think? This is the way the world works? You just step outside doing something you've never done before. It take 5 years or less to be wildly successful. You guys see too many of these Kai Cenat type of people, and you think you can do it too. You like looking at the lottery ticket story, the story people can't teach. And then you sit at home and you act like these people and think that you have the star power, and you want to, every day you're just pulling a slot machine, waiting for something to get handed to you, and doing things at the bare minimum and hoping to get the same results as somebody else who's kind of lottery ticketing their way through life. It's a decent fragrance. You guys don't work hard. It's just a fact. A lot of you guys probably think you do, but you don't. And you don't really know because you don't hang around any ballers. You hang out anybody richer than you? You hang out around anybody who completely makes your work ethic look trash? Probably not, because if you did live around somebody like that and hang out with somebody like that, you'd be forced into uncomfortability and you'd say, I got to bring something to the table. Look at this guy just running laps around my work ethic. But you guys hang out around normal people. You hang out around normal people, you have a normal life. So yeah, there's the advice. ChatGPT and YouTube is all you need for knowledge, resources, and information. But the unfortunate part is the most critical piece to your success is this, your feet, and your hands. And you're probably not going to put them to work. So take that and run with it. Original Coach for Men is a great office too. It is. Tres Oros' Peak. It is. Do you like Stetson? No. Any alternatives to Gray Vetiver? I'm pretty sure there isn't any, but just want to make sure. No, there is. Roja Vetiver and Guerlain Vetiver Parfum. Those two are the only ones that are close enough. And Terre de Hermes, but I lean towards if you want something exactly like Gray Vetiver, but just better performance and maybe a little bit more modern, go Roja Parfums Vetiver Parfum Cologne. You can get it on Joma every other 2 weeks or so. You can get it for $130, 100 ml. You can't beat that deal. Watch my Vetiver video though. Stetson or Aspen? Neither. Full transparency is that I had to wear it for a day to get the complexity of it. Yeah, listen, Shannon, here's the thing. Everybody I tell to try Tres Oros, I always tell them, do not have an opinion about the fragrance the first time you wear it. Day 2 forward will smell nothing like day 1. Day 1, you will only smell brown sugar and honey. And for that, you'll be like, wow, this is just like syrup. It's like syrup. And for that reason, you'll be like, well, I prefer an Angel Share. I prefer a Wajan, you know, just something more complex and interesting and not so heavy, right? After day 1 of just getting your nose adjusted to it, it's like you're tuned into the frequency. From day 2 forward, that fragrance is nice. From day 2 forward, you smell the mandarin orange, less mandarin orange, more of the pineapple plantain combo, a little bit of the cinnamon. You know, you start to now see everything behind it. You know, it's kind of like with a vanilla fragrance. You know, a lot of times with vanilla, you smell a vanilla fragrance, all you smell is the vanilla. And then the next time you wear it, you kind of can make out what's behind it. Tres Oros is just like that too. It's such a heavy projection. It's such a radiant fragrance. It just sings off of your skin. It radiates, right? So at first you're kind of coating your nose and your mind around the brown sugar and the honey and the sweetness, right? That kind of syrupy radiance. And then afterward you're like, oh, it has this gentle dance in the back of this plantain and this pineapple and this cinnamon, and it starts to get more complex. It's a fragrance that blooms. Like some fragrances are just like, this is what I am. That fragrance is like this. It's a loud, round thing, and then it, like, as the minutes and days go by, it's just like, you know what I mean? Didn't blow me away when I smelled it on paper, but it evolved as it dried down on my skin. Had to get a bottle. You know, I wasn't going to get Tres Oros, truthfully, you know, because Day 3 boutique is across the street from me. I was going in to the boutique to meet Michael and to get, I was on the fence between Ambar Dominicano and Bonnie. You know, Bonnie was a fragrance I knew would be like a his and hers. My wife and I could wear it. And, you know, at that point I had tried 2 or 3 discovery sets. And by the way, I've told you guys this before, but Michael was kind enough to offer the most recent discovery set. So in this giveaway that's coming up soon, you'll win a discovery set. You have the opportunity to win a discovery set. And this will be unlike any other Day 3 discovery set because this actually includes Desert Rain and Royal Reflection. So this is truly a complete house discovery set. One of you guys will win that. I went in to go get Bonnie and Ambar Dominicano, but because you try them through the testers, right? When I went in and got a full bottle and actually sprayed the bottle in this crazy, one of the best atomizers in FragCom, period, to me, you're hard-pressed to find an atomizer better than Day 3. Michael's just a perfectionist in that way. But the first time you spray it out of a full-size bottle, it's a fragrance like if you sprayed Tres Oros out in the air, it would turn into a person. You know what I mean? Like a person would appear, right? When I got the full bottle spray experience, I was like, I have to get Tres Oros. It just has too much star power to it. It is just, some fragrances are transportive. Some are like a supplement to you, a compliment to you. Some fragrances you're like, if I just sprayed it in a room and walked away, I would come back and 100 people would be in there trying to figure out who was in there. You know what I mean? But I'm glad you enjoyed it, Shannon. That's beautiful. In addition, Ambar Dominicano, oh, see, you liked it too, was another one that I purchased when I bought a bottle of Downtown Deja Vu for my wife because I really loved the smell, but more on her than me. Yeah, you know, I feel like Ambar Dominicano is a fragrance where I didn't really start appreciating Ambar Dominicano until about my 10th wear, I'll be honest with you, because it's a Coca-Cola fragrance, right? So in that realm, you have Tonka Cola, you have Creation E or Enigma from Roja, and those fragrances are a lot more vibrant, loud soda feel to the Coca-Cola vibe. And Ambar Dominicano is a very, it's got a reggae tone on the dance floor feel, but it's more muffled and it blooms too. So it took me a good amount of wears out in the world to like really appreciate it. But I love it now. Absolutely love it. Do you have liquid Brune? I have it in a decant. It's not my tea, but it's a great fragrance. It's probably one of the top 20 best clones of the last 2 years. You ever had an original Dior from 2001? I've smelled one. I've never owned one. You ever try Aspen? It's a green bottle with a leaf on it. I'm surprised you didn't vintage buy it. It's a classic. I've seen it. I just haven't bought it. See, here's the thing, man. My vintage collection is not trash. Like, my vintage collection can go bar for bar with anybody's designer or niche collection at this point. To me, I'm not buying vintage bottles just to say like, oh, I've got some original Guerlain's Mitsuko, check it out. I'm buying vintage fragrances that I actually want to wear. So like my collection, and I have it, my collection is 50-50 masculine and feminine. So I actually, it's the only part of my collection that I've curated a women's column. So like if my wife wants to wear this stuff, she can, right? And it's just my ideal woman, something I would like to smell in a woman. And some of these women's scents are so good, I would wear them anyway. But I don't have anything on my vintage shelf that I don't wear. So I think that's the difference. I think some people like to have, you know, to be able to say they have a vintage, right? I don't really care about like the status of it, you know, like, oh, you have vintage. I care about like, smells good, you know, like here's some discontinued La Leak, right? Check this out. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that awesome? Let me get some test strips. This right here, no funny business, guys. No funny business. If I remember right, this smells like Coco Chanel. Even brighter. Like, ladies, if you like Coco Chanel or Chance, this La Leak is crazy. Crazy for my ladies, man. Wow. Incredible. Incredible. You got your nose on MFK Amorous, of course. I think it's a great fragrance. I prefer the Extrait. I think if you're gonna spend the money, get the performance. My first fragrance I wear is Liz Claiborne Candies. Yeah, I've smelled that, Jerry. Great looking out kicks. Aventus Cologne or Virgin Island water. What do you recommend and why? Aventus Cologne, way more versatile, way more longevity. Virgin Island water lasts 2 hours at best. What's the most layers of perfume you've ever used at one time? 2. I always either combo 2 fragrances or a fragrance and an oil. Going over 3 is rarely heard. I mean, I know some women that will layer up to 3 scents. I just think that's something you do when you're old. When you're old, you ain't got nothing better to do than to try 3 different fragrance combinations. I barely even got time for 2. It's like a fun thing, right? Like, it's like you're on a basketball court shooting hoops every single day. There's a high probability that you might like get out of your car and before you even get on the court, you just chuck the ball and try to make it like beyond full court, right? Like, you're there every day, so you're gonna do something dumb, right? Is my tongue purple? Oh no. Okay, we're still in business. Platinum Egoist is my cougar magnet. I could see that. I can't even say cougar magnet because I'm of that age, so. Best Vetiver Sensual. Yeah, it is great. Do you have any Argos? Yes, I have Danae and Triumph of Bacchus, but I do not like any of them enough to buy bottles yet. I did several videos on this. I know people are going to disagree with me, but I think a lot of the hype around Argos is the bottles. Argos and Electimus seem very brother and sister to me. Like Electimus, right? Like when you have a bottle of Electimus, you feel like your nuts weigh 50 pounds a piece, right? It's just this giant brick of a bottle. Where do I have a bottle like that? You know, you have an Argos fragrance and you feel like you just have a giant like look, this bottle's like almost the size of my head, right? You're sitting there with your Argos and it's got the Greek mythology and it just feels so good to look at, right? You behold your Argos fragrance, right? But then you smell the juice and it is great, It is great. I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna cap. It's Bacchus was great. Danae was great, but the art was better than the juice, to me. You know, and then a lot of Argos I feel are clones, and I feel the same way about Electimus. Electimus, you know, you're holding that bottle and you're just like, Electimus, what are you gonna do about it? Electimus, yeah. You know what I mean? People won't say that, but, and this is like a reason why, like, we take bottles like this, right? I'm not gonna be the guy who does this. Right? And I'm gonna talk to you guys and go, hey, hey, hey. Somebody clip that. Scent bubble is going off. I hide this in the back because it's like I feel the same way about Bodicea. Like it's you know, there's some things I can get away with doing because I'm doing content, right? So I can write things off. I have a lot of resources. I have a lot of great friends. You know what I mean? So I can do a lot of the things you guys can't with or not that you guys can't, but that you shouldn't do in your fragrance journey because I'm for the people. I'm getting the content out there. But like I'm not trying to dick swing, guys. I'm just going to keep it real with you. I think it's silly. Like when I show my collection, I want to be able to close my eyes and whatever I grab, I love it. You know, like this is real talk. Let me show you guys something. Let me keep it 1,000 with you guys. Look at the fragrances down here, right? This is my throwaways right now. You see that right there? You see that? Some people would think that's blasphemy. Some people would think that's blasphemy, man. It's not that it's not a great fragrance. It's just not elite. That's all. Here in Germany is massive heights for Burkholz fragrance, like Portraits of Portofino or Corsica or Royal Amber. Did you try that brand so far? I haven't, Manuel. You want to send me some? What up, Timbo? Of course, Myers. Of course. You know SB's always going to go on rants anyway. But yeah, of course the wine's good, man. I wouldn't drink the wine if the wine was trash. No, not wrong. Anytime something breaks, I watch 2-3 YouTube videos and oh, I see you guys are commenting on my earlier stuff. What about grape? I don't know. Do you agree that Vetiver Sensual is the best citrus? No, it's top 3 best vetiver fragrance. It's not the top 3 best citrus fragrance. I miss your expertise is what I look. I miss you. Your expertise is what I look for. It's not about how long it lasts, about how it smells and how you project it. My favorite cheapy Blue Seduction is Antonio Banderas. Great for Blue Seduction by Antonio Banderas. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, doesn't matter how much fragrances I get, man. I'm always gonna keep it real. I'm on my own journey, man. I'm not with the YouTube hype, man. There's no money in Fragcom. There ain't any money out here that would change my life. It's not. There's no point in not being real. You know what I mean? Trace Oros is good. It grew on me. Yeah, I agree. Is it unisex? Yes. Have you tried Clive Christian's Amber Wood, Prada Cargo de Nuit, Van Cleef? No. Most of those, no. Some of them, yes. Favorite fragrance in the Givenchy line? I mean, Givenchy is all good, man. They have a lot of discontinued bangers. Shout out Kix for sending me a lot of discontinued Givenchy. I've been trying to get my hands on some vintage discontinued Givenchy. We'll see if that's still possible. We'll see this week. I mean, anything's good. Gentleman Boisé, Gentleman Reserve Privé, Gentleman Society. I mean, is there a bad Givenchy, guys? I'm asking, is there a bad Givenchy fragrance? I don't think so. When it comes to classy seduction and classy seduction, I mean, I'm rarely pissed off. Do I think they're redundant? Yeah, because they walk in the same category, but their staple fragrances are amazing, and some of their discontinued stuff's incredible too. I think Givenchy might probably be easily in the top 4 best designers of all time, just off the merit of the fragrances I named. When you do your layering video, try out Initio Musk Therapy and La Nuit de L'Homme. It's a great combo. Thank you, Joe. Joe, can you copy paste that in one of my comments on one of my videos? I will take that feedback. Especially since I'm making a Elite Combos is one of my ebooks that I'm going to be coming out with. So if you're... See, I'm sharing too much now. I have an ebook that will have my top 50 or top 100 best combos ever made. It'll combine oil and fragrance and fragrance on fragrance and give you guys all the variations. So if it's Creed Aventus plus something, I'll even put all the Creed Aventus alternatives that if you don't have Creed Aventus, you can use in place of it in the layering combo, in the concept. It'll have a QR code to a private video line where you could watch me and I show you how to do it. But there will also be a community portion where if you have a great combo, you can submit it to my digital ebook and get credit for it in my book. So it's a great way for the community to all band together and find all the best layers and share them with one another. And then people can rate them. You guys can steal my ideas. I don't care. You won't do it. You won't do it better than me. Thank you for recommending Cosmoratti Mephisto. So far, one of my best 3 blind buys in 2025 besides Burkholz, Corsica, and Creed Island Water. Hey, man. Thank you for your feedback. I really appreciate that. When I have a question about fragrance, I ask Scent Bubble. Well, I mean, that's the only reason I go live, right? Vintage like Pour Monsieur EDP from Chanel or Givenchy Dracar Noir Davidoff Cool Water. Yeah, I mean, when I'm talking about building my vintage collection, typically most of it is discontinued. You can't get it. You know, some of it you can get. You know, like my Upagant Royal... What the heck is it called? You know, this Caron Paris, right? Yuzu Man. You can get this maybe on eBay, but you can't go buy it. You can't get it from a store. You know. Ooh. It's getting bad out here. Rocus Globe. Let me find something I know you guys don't have. Here we go. Look this up. Stuff like this. Like stuff that's discontinued. Like the only way you can get it if someone like me puts it on eBay. So most of my collection is, you know, check this out. Balmain, right? This is the original Vent Vert. This is the fragrance that took them out of the stratosphere. Vent Vert, or is it, yeah, Vent Vert from Balmain. Is it going to show it? There we go. But yeah, so like, you can't get this anymore. They have a modern version of it, but it's not the original juice. And what I love about the vintage, some of you guys might say like, well, SB, why are you getting vintage? Check this out. This isn't Skull and Roses from Ed Hardy. This is Police. You know what I mean? This one right here, check this out. Agua Verde from Salvador Dali, the painter. You know, this is the stuff that excites me. Going back in time and finding gems that feel just as good to wear today as back in the day. I just opened this one today. What's this called? Biblos Man. This smells like a cross between Dior Fahrenheit and Mercedes-Benz Intense. Really cool bottle. So yeah, most of it's discontinued bangers. I heard Chanel Exclusive is similar to the Parfum. Of course it's similar. It's a flanker. Bro, can you give me a shout out? No. The basketball analogy for 3. By the way, guys, this is not a diss. We don't do shout outs. We just don't. You know how many people come in here and ask for a shout out? Hey, it's my birthday. Hey, my dog died. Hey, I'm going through trials and tribulations. Hey, my spirit's messed up. You know what I mean? Hey, my African uncle fell over on his chair. Can you say his name? No. We're not doing that. The basketball analogy for 3 or more perfume blend was hilarious. I get it. It's like doing one big bounce for mid-court. Yeah, exactly, bro. It's like you're just sitting there. You guys ever heard of intrusive thoughts? That's what layering 3 fragrances is like. It's like intrusive thoughts. Like you shouldn't do it, but because you had the thought, you're like, well, let me just see, you know. And it's like we used to play NBA Jam, right? We used to play. If you guys keep wondering why I'm smelling my hand, it's because we've been spraying fragrances all over it. But we used to play NBA Jam, right? And you know what would piss me the heck off? It would piss me off. It didn't matter if we were in an arcade or we were at home playing on the Sega or the Super Nintendo. I'd be playing with my homie, and he would just be feeling himself. You know what I mean? We'd make a lot of shots in a row. And then you inbound it to him, and he just hits the shoot button. That would piss me off as soon as I inbound it. Like, bro, what do you... Like, stop letting intrusive thoughts get into your head. You're going to miss 99% of the time. Quit doing that. That's what I feel like layering 3 fragrances is. Like, you're just going for it. No one's going to know but you. It probably, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Doesn't it sound funny though? But I'm sure I have friends that do it, you know, they'll do the oil, they'll do 2 fragrances, and they're just like, you know, they're making love with their body, you know what I mean? Like, they're just pumping it. It's just ridiculous. I don't know. What's your favorite fragrance? I don't have one. Do you like designer fragrances? Of course. Listen, man. I hope I don't have to adjust this, right? But for those of you guys who are new to the channel, right now, I am in a pursuit of trying to find the top 100 best fragrances. For me personally, right? So I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tier shelf. I only need 5 of the shelves. So where I'm at in my journey right now is I'm reviewing every fragrance in the world for you guys. Just for you guys, right? I'm building a shelf of my SB's top 100. 100. That shelf is going to be, it's going to be comprised of 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. So within that top 100 is going to be 20 niche, 20 designer, 20 clones, 20 vintage, which is the new shelf I just added. And then there will be one more shelf, and they're not going to be in this order. Once I get my top 100, I'm going to build it up top down. It's going to go independent niche. Sorry. It's going to go independent niche, designer, vintage, and then clones will be at the bottom, just out of respect. But so essentially it's top 20 in every category. And so that's where I'm at with my journey, is trying to build that out right now. So when you ask me, do you love designer? Of course I love designer. I'm right now currently building out my top 20 best designers of all time. So that's why, if you guys notice, and I'm trying to contemplate how I'm going to do this, because basically what I'm going to do, and we have a ton of fragrances down there. I've got some shelves in my closet. I mean, there's just fragrances laying everywhere. But I'm basically going to make it so that if you guys want certain fragrances, I'll just put them on Mercari at like a crazy discount, and you guys can just buy all the fragrances. Because see, when I'm getting rid of fragrances, I'm not getting rid of fragrances that I think are bad. The only reason I ever bought them is because they were good. But I just realized, you know, what's the point of having hundreds of bottles? I feel like as a collector, 100 feels really good in my mind. You know, it represents my journey of exploration. In my exploration, I've scoured the earth for independent, niche, designer, clone, vintage, and I found SB's fragrances. Once I find them, at that point I can just decant, but I don't really need to build anything. I'll probably slow way down when it comes to building a collection. So for me, I have way more than 100 fragrances, you know, hundreds. So I'm gonna start not giving them away. We might get a little frisky, you know. If we hit our 5K and our 10K, maybe we'll actually start giving away like a bunch of bottles, like we did the last one. But I'm gonna start Mercariing a lot of the stuff I'm offloading. So like right now, if you guys go to my Mercari, I actually have a lot of sealed vintage, heavily discounted that you guys could buy. I just haven't made the announcement for it because eventually it won't just have sealed vintage on my Mercari. But you'll be able to go on there and get all the clones that just didn't make my top 100 list, but that are still fire. So, like, I'll give you an example. You know, as I was showing you guys before, Isola Soul is a phenomenal fragrance. It's an amazing fragrance. You talk tropical, it's nice. I prefer it over Isola Blue. But it didn't make my top 20 in the niche category. Amazing scent. I want to be able to go put that on Mercari, super discounted, and have you guys be able to have access to that as a community. You know, we just 50% off. Boom. You know, we've got almost all the juice in it. Another amazing fragrance. Initio, Oud for Greatness. This is a must-have for anyone's collection, right? It didn't make my top 20 of most elite frags. So I'm forcing myself to get rid of it. Do I want to get rid of this? No. I'm a hoarder in nature. I could definitely put this to use. And when it was on my shelf, I put it to use many times. But in this new requirement of scaling down and going with my top 100, my new rule is I cannot put a fragrance on a shelf unless it beats out the worst fragrance on this top 20. So it's like, is there any fragrance here that it should replace? No, don't buy it. But Oud for Greatness is an incredible fragrance. It's one of the best fresh ouds, period. Jeremy Fragrance was not capping. Oud for Greatness is one of the best fresh ouds, period. But it's not going to live on SB's shelf anymore. So I want to be able to list it online and let you guys take it home. Let me show you guys another one that didn't make it for my clone list, right? So this is the top 20 clones, right? You know what didn't make it? A banger fragrance. Teriyaki Intense. So versatile, so long lasting, made by a niche perfumer, Quentin Biche. Phenomenal fragrance, Teriyaki Intense. How many of you guys hate Teriyaki Intense? It did not make my top 20 best clones. So I'm forcing myself to give it to somebody who can really use it. So these are the type of things we'll have on my Mercari, is you guys will have the ability to just get crazy discounted fragrance that I just want to get rid of as I build my top 100 list. So It's coming, guys. It's just not here yet. I'm sure I'm so behind. I don't know what country creates the best perfumes. I think that was more a relevant question 10, 20 years ago, but I think in 2025, everybody's pretty well caught up. No, the wine's not starting to hit. The wine just like makes you very relaxed. My coherence is completely there. In fact, we've already got our ice cold water to chill off of when we're done with the stream. Really, when you, and any of you guys who drink wine know this, the hardest part about drinking wine is it makes you so relaxed that it becomes hard to talk. What's your top 3? I don't have a top 3. Have you tried the House of Floraiku? I have not, man. Do you have anything you'd recommend? Bleu de Chanel EDP is my favorite. It is good. Don't throw them away and send them to me. I'm not going to throw them away. LV announced 3 new fragrances with new color as a part of their Journey to China collection. I'll take the throwaways. We're not throwing them away. We're listing them. Have you tried Floris? Hey, check this out, Carl. Check this out, buddy. Check this out, bro. This isn't number 89, but check this out. I am foaming at the mouth trying to help myself to not open this. Every day I want to open this. Like, you guys think this vintage shelf is all I have? No, I have 50 bottles of sealed vintage over there. SB, I do the same. I still love when I sell them. They just did their time. Exactly. Here's the thing, man. If you do this journey like we do, some fragrances are for a season and some fragrances are for a lifetime. And I think you have to have that level of self-control to truly enjoy fragrance. You know? I don't know about that, Virtuous. You've tried Wulong Cha X. I have. My favorite scent profile is citrus floral scent. What are some niche you'd recommend? Citrus floral? Oceania, for sure, by Roja. You got to try that. Isola Sol from Roja. You got to try that. Yeah, start with those 2. I got over 20. My favorite is Aventus from Creed. It is good. What aftershave do you use? I don't use aftershave. Thoughts on Killian fragrances? Angel Share Paradise and Smoking Hot. I don't like those 2. I like Vodka on the Rocks. I like Angel Share. I like Blue Moon Ginger Dash. I like Straight to Heaven. There's some fragrance called something wood. Sacred Wood. I like that. I know I'm missing something. Ever tried Creed Sublime Vanilla? I have not. This week I received Jimmy Choo Aqua and also Extreme. Okay, I see you, Savage. To be honest, my favorite cheap fragrance is Nautica Voyage. It's good. It's really good. In fact, a lot of people really like that new Nautica Voyage that just came out. Forget what the heck it's called. What is it? Nautica Voyage Intense? My new purchase, Onyx Black. Okay. Haltane. Side effect. Joe, why don't you mix me up that layer, buddy? Do you know anything like Greenlee but less synthetic? Yeah, Aether. French Avenue Aether. Best cheapie is Dylan Blue. Okay. Which fragrance of yours is your more expensive? I hate that question. It's a dick flex, and I don't like who who cares what's the most expensive fragrance? I mean, doesn't this, when you see this collection, like a lot of money to make that collection, so who cares about? I paid $1,200 for this, and only 10 ml's gone. All right. SB or anyone in the chat, how do you know eBay listings are legit or not? You don't. You don't. You look at somebody's sales history. You look at batch codes, and even that sometimes is hit or miss. Sometimes you don't always know. The only way you can really verify is by having an original, comparing the box, the presentation, the batch code, the mechanics of the bottle, the cap, the labeling, all that. But, you know, companies are very good at manufacturing stuff that looks like stuff. So, you know, you tread at caution when you buy on eBay and stuff like that. But I think a good rule of thumb is don't buy from a person, buy from a place. So if somebody has an eBay account that's an actual perfume boutique, you have a higher likelihood of it being legit. But at the end of the day, you got to do your due diligence with the batch code and having an original nearby to test. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think if you've been around perfumery long enough, you would be able to spot a fake, because a lot of times with the fakes, the biggest difference is richness, and they don't last long. Let's see. Do you sell some of your collection? I will be, but I never have. Up until this point, I've never sold my pieces of my collection, but I will. I will never sell my top 100, ever. Would you give somebody a shout out if their entire fragrance shelf broke and all their fragrances shattered? No. What's a cheap fall scent to buy? Right here. Glorious Oud Royal Blanc. It's a 10 out of 10 clone of Initio's Must Therapy. Amazing scent. My wife thinks this is better than most niche fragrances on my shelving. Try that for fall. Bellamy Vetiver. Beautiful. Our Maison Alhambra fragrance is safe to use every day. I could tell you, yeah, but the truth is no one knows. I mean, here's the thing. There are ethical standards and entities that they submit to, but the thing about ethics with perfumery is the standard to which they judge chemicals on your skin is based off certain types of reactions. When it comes to the long-term effects of putting scent on skin, I think that's an under-researched topic, to the point where it's like, you know, if you ask somebody, can cheeseburgers kill you? Everybody will tell you no. But we all know if you eat hamburgers all day, every day for a certain amount of time, it could really impact you dying. But because it takes so long, nobody's going to market that and tell you that disclosure. I think perfumery is the same way. We don't have large enough sample sets of trials to really know the long-term effects of even fragrances that IFRA has approved and all that stuff. So I don't know. I think I, in most cases, don't apply fragrance on my skin unless I have oil or lotion on under it. So a lot of you guys, I have a spray routine for skin, but the reality is I don't always use it. So most of the time I wear my fragrance on my clothes, so I don't have to wear it on my skin. That's not good. That's not the most beneficial for being projective and having sillage, but I don't care. I don't like the idea of putting fragrance on my skin all the time. And when I am wearing fragrance, I shower a lot more, you know, meaning morning and night. So, because now granted, I have different things in my health that I have to be aware of that and not take certain risks. So you know what I mean? I'll never spray a fragrance on my neck. You know what I mean? Because your thyroid gland is greatly impacted by fragrance, whether you're sensitive to fragrance or not, even the ethical stuff. So again, my general rule of thumb is if I'm not wearing a lotion or an oil as a base, I'm always spraying clothes with my routine. And if I am wearing lotions and stuff and I spray, I'm showering immediately when I get home. You know, that's just my thing, man. But who the hell knows? I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes, guys. I gotta take a quick piss. All around the sun, that's 21 questions. I got a suggestion. I'm wrapped in presents. Love you. All right. Okay, I loved Absolute Aphrodisiac when I smelled it at the store. How's its performance? It's great. It's a vanilla scent. You know it's going to last forever. That green Gucci is awful. Okay. It's the best Gucci, bro. You need M7 if we're talking best designers. Oh, YSL? Okay. Vintage Antans would be #1 designer. Okay. I want to get Day 3 Imaginary Authors City Rhythm Tester Kits because I want to try all of them. Would be around $250. Is that ridiculous just for decants? No. Bread, go ahead and do that. I think that's one of the smartest things you could ever do. You will have one of the funnest experiences. But do me a favor. So Day 3 Imaginary Authors. Cash in the City Rhythms one. And instead of getting City Rhythms Discovery Set, get Javoy. Javoy comes with 16 2mls for $60. 16 2mls for $60. The whole line. That Javoy's Discovery Set was some of the most fun I've ever had with a Discovery Set. And when it comes to niche perfumery, you will smell stuff you never smelled before. You're always killing it, bro. Thanks, Darren. Hey, mister, how you doing today? What's Teriyaki Intense even a clone of? It's not a clone. It's Lattafa's original release, perfumed by Quentin Biche. And it's not a clone at all. Can you describe what the smell of Desert Rain by Day 3 reminds you of? It reminds me of Acqua di Gio Profumo, but a little bit more green and a little bit less smoky. Plum and Cognac by Woods, okay. Do you have any of the Zaharoff bottles? No, but I do have Seraphim Red, Seraphim Blue, and as of today, the Musk one, Seraphim Musk. Should I buy Middle Eastern Beast Mode fragrances which are hyped in the community, or buy something niche? Neither. You need to get your head out of your butt and you need to buy stuff that you want to buy. Top 5 parfums de Marley. I'll give you top 3. Wajon, Galloway, Carlisle. Floriku is super cool names like Sleeping on the Roof and Just July. Even remember about. Okay. Thank you, Joel, for moderating in my absence. One Umbrella for Two is such a good name. It is. I've heard Sublime Vanilla smells like Shalimar, but I haven't tried it yet. If it smells like Shalimar, Karen, I don't know. I have Shalimar. I'm not a fan of it. When it came out, it must have been amazing. But I don't like the Shalimar profile on women in 2025. You just smell like you have a girdle and a bonnet and a lot of ghost-like makeup on. Think about proposing to my GF, and I've been wondering what would I even wear to the wedding. What's your thoughts and suggestions? Okay, so in my collection currently, wedding scents. If I was the groom, that's tough. If I was the man getting married, see, if I was just a groomsman, that'd be different. If I was getting married, what would be my marriage scent? Man, give me a minute with that one. If I got married, I've been with my wife for 16 years. If I got married today, we renewed our vows, what would I wear? Oh, wow, that's a crazy combo. I didn't realize there was a fragrance on that. This is for my own record when I watched this Q&A back. Isola Soul and Diaghilev smell incredible together. Okay. Might wear Diaghilev, but I don't think you should. If you want to be safe and just smell really good, man, that's tough. Oh, no, it's not. I would wear Coral Mandel from Chanel. Coral Mandel, brother. Go, if you can get your hands on Coral Mandel, wear that and thank me later. Got to shower twice if you live in Arizona, non-negotiable. I agree. Silver Mountain Water without tea notes. Any recommendations? Mahir Legacy Silver from Latafa. Is ginger mist good? I couldn't tell you. Red wine, so good to me. I hate that song, but it's like when it's playing, it's when you want to hear it, right? I was wondering if there's any alternative to Lalique Hommage à l'Homme. I would go to Fragrantica and scroll all the way to the bottom and see fragrances like this, because I don't have any off the top of my head. What's the best alternative to Louis Vuitton Imagination? Sahib Intense from Ard Al Zafran. Hello there. I have to pick a gourmand fragrance for nighttime activities. What do you think is better pick? Kamarkawa, Zamaya, Tiramisu, Cocoa. Neither. Neither. Zamaya by default. What's the best fragrance to wear while beatboxing? Wait. There you go. I can't do melodies and my and all that junk because kids are asleep. I may consider layering with Stronger With You intensely. Okay. Wore Imagination today and got 2 compliments over 6 hours. Such a banger. Hey, women love citrus. What is the most rain type of smell you have in your collection? Encre Noir OG. Just put on Hercules, so good. Hey SB, are any of the Le Labos actually worth? No, not to me, Manav. Good morning, Obi. Camera is trash, I threw mine away. I agree. Anything like Prada Luna Rosa black, but better performance and louder projection. Yes. Bulgari Man in black. Exactly Prada Luna Rosa black, but better projection, better longevity, better scent profile, but the same thing. I don't like Shalimar either. Yeah. Have you tried Guerlain Tobacco Honey? Have not. So I recently tried Vanilla Fatale from Tom Ford and I loved it, but it's expensive fragrance. Can you suggest an alternative or should I get a decant? If you liked Vanille Fatale, get Imaginary Author's Memoirs of a Trespasser. You can get it on a website called Olfactory LLC for $70. 100 ml. Smells just like Vanille Fatale, a little bit more complex, a little bit better of a scent, and it's cheaper. Is there any dupes of Absolute Aphrodisiac? Not that I've heard of. Yeah, Coromandel and Molecule 1 is beautiful. I've searched this topic, same perfume, and made Prada Cargo Nuit for stays even better. Okay. Interesting phase on. Fresh but almost gourmand, but not fresh, but almost gourmand, but not heavy for high heat weather options. Probably Bonnie or Tres Oros. Coromandel is amazing. It is. Also, I found a collector. He's selling a discontinued perfume. Is there any that I should look for? He has Armani. Also, Acqua di Gio Profondo Light. I don't have any recommendations for discontinued. Right now, I don't. Not in this state of mind. TikTok got me about the trending. Someone earlier, Le Labo Santal 33 is God tier. I don't like Santal 33. I don't. I think it's quite simple. Yo, I love your live streams. Thank you, Khaled. I feel like Grand Soir has a basic DNA. What do you think separates it from other vanilla fragrances? It lasts forever. Women love it. And it has butter. It's a very simple vanilla, but it's got the caramelized warm amberness. It's not just thick and heavy. It's creamy and buttery. Women just love it. Men, not so much, but women absolutely love that fragrance. Small description on Encre Noir. Is it Blind by Safe? No, it is so not Blind by Safe. Encre Noir smells like soil and rain. It smells like you just walked through a graveyard at night. When's your merch coming out? My merch is already out. I just haven't given you guys the link for it. But I'm not ready to share it with you guys yet. Have you tried Shirley Root from LV, and if so, how's the longevity and sillage? I have not tried it yet. What separates Grand Soir from other vanillas? What separates it is just the sillage and the texture. It doesn't separate itself by much from other vanillas, but it is the better vanilla. You know, again, that creamy, buttery feeling that just lasts forever. It's really a fragrance you wear for women, because as a man, you won't find it very complex. But for some reason, women eat up Grand Soir. What up, OCL? Best Bois de Portugal clone is going to be Lalique Pour Homme Lion. If you want more of the vintage feel of Bois de Portugal, if you want more of a modern take on Bois de Portugal, get Mercedes-Benz Intense at Ross. Have you tried Game of Spades fragrances? Yes, I've tried Royal, Full House, what's the blue one? Wild Card, and the black. I've tried 4 of them. Thoughts on Secretions Magnifique. Heard it's the business. No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Trey. That fragrance sucks. Prada Luna Rosa Black seems so hard to beat. Hey, try Bulgari Man in Black. You can get it for like 70, 80 bucks right now, 100 mil as a tester. It's way better than Prada Black. Is there anything similar to Encre Noir you could tell me? No. What is your favorite Armani code? Absolute. Absolute's just better. Prada Luna Rosa Black is amazing. It just sucks at performance. It's like Creed's Virgin Island Water. Virgin Island Water smells amazing. It just sucks at performance. You don't want to spend all that money. If you like Grand Soir and have that kind of cash, or get a sample DC Velvet Amber Sun. Okay. Lin Sumi OG or one of the flankers? The only flanker I know of Lin Sumi is Maforce. And it's amazing. Maforce smells like Brioni Eclat, but way more performance, way juicier, way more longevity. It's like an icy citrus. You know, think Blue Moon Ginger Dash, Vodka on the Rocks. Your favorite accord, vetiver. I like vetiver, I like basil. I like weird stuff. I love Prada Black, but to me, Bulgari Man in Black isn't close enough. I don't know what to tell you, man. I have both. To me, it's the same thing. Just better. Yeah, dude, it's the same thing, bro. You're tripping. You're tripping. Yeah, you're tripping. All right, guys, last minute questions, man. You got another minute or two to ask me some questions, and then I'm going to sign off. Ugh. And turn my lights off so I don't forget. Why does vetiver smell like pickles? It might smell like pickles. I think you might just need to brush your teeth. Have you tried She Was an Anomaly? Have not. Anything like Percival but less sweet? Yeah. Give me a second. I'll look it up for you. Mont Blanc Legend Black. Mont Blanc Legend Black for your alternative. Cheap or expensive? Both. One more beatbox. Yeah, we'll end with a beatbox. Nah, you don't brush your teeth. I know you don't brush your teeth because you're talking crazy. Peace, bread. Thoughts on Polo Deep Blue Parfum? It's amazing. It's probably one of the best polos. Anytime, Dashy. Anytime. Most expensive. I think I have a $1,200 fragrance. Okay, we'll beatbox and call it a night. I need some water. Always a pleasure, David. Thanks for coming. Wait, hold on. Wait. There you go. Hey guys, I love you. We drop videos 2 to 4 times every single day. Reviews, game shows, interviews. We're getting women involved, as you can see. We got the podcast dropping every Sunday and Monday. If you're new to the channel, give it a shot. I'd love to have you stop by. And make sure you guys put any comments that I missed out on in the comment section below. I'd love to get in on that and answer it for you pretty quickly. Always appreciate you guys in here. I only run this until the questions run out. So it's always an hour or two kind of night because you guys are always bringing the questions. So I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream tonight and hope you guys enjoy the content for this week. And love you guys. Peace.